Hello and welcome. I'm Darren, and I'm probably going to wrap up the end of the upscalers videos tonight. This is probably going to be the last one I upload. I don't really think there's any point in doing the Hellblade one, realistically. I think both GPUs in benchmarks perform the same. I'm going to come to the same conclusion in both of them. I didn't really get far enough on it on the AMD GPU to really test much in the way of issues. I've no doubt I'd play it with FSR. I've no doubt I'll play it with DLSS. I've no doubt. I didn't think that there was anything on FSR that would cause me a huge issue. I was advised by someone that FSR wasn't brilliant in it, but I'm sure it was good enough. I'm pretty sure I've seen it running with FSR, and I didn't think it was bad enough that it would be an issue for me, put it that way. So, I don't know. I don't think there's any point me even running that one. And it's a game that I kind of want to sit down one night and actually play, so I'd probably rather not bother. So what I'm probably going to do is finish it on this game. Now, I've recorded some footage from this game earlier today, but my family were around at the time. I didn't record any of myself talking in it. So what I'm going to do is try and attempt to do a voiceover and add it onto the end of this gameplay that I'm going to show right now. And I'm kind of going to show you what was the biggest deal breaker for me when it comes to the difference in upscalers, because I don't know if I can kind of show it here, but I know I can already tell by my views that this isn't a game that a lot of people are interested in, and I can fully understand that. I don't think I can. I think I need to get out the raid first. So, or do I? Yes, because I can't get to character. But, I mean, I'm not even sure. We'll see. I'll run this till I get out the raid. So I'll probably try and be quite quick. But effectively, you'll probably see in the footage that I took on the AMD GPU. Now, if I quick show you the settings, I was running the exact same settings on the AMD GPU. So we were at 4K, we're at high. Obviously, those are grayed out because you can't change them in game, but I'm on high texture quality, which is the highest available, ultra on the shadows. And then everything else is pretty much maxed out. And on the AMD GPU, I'm running with FSR 2.2 at quality. And obviously I'm running on the NVIDIA GPU with DLSS at quality. There is a performance increase, I believe. I'll have a look later. I'm sure that there's a performance increase on the AMD GPU. I'm sure it's in this similar scenario, it would probably be about 105, I think. So I think there's about 10 FPS. I could be wrong. We'll find out after. But unfortunately, the FSR 2.2 in this game, on this map, makes me actually physically nauseous. The ghosting in it, we'll go through it kind of here. You can see, I mean, there might be some slight ghosting. It's not particularly visible to me. You'll see at the end the issue that I have on the AMD GPU, and unfortunately this is my main game. We'll run to an exit shortly. And I'll kind of show you my stats, and even I don't know how many hours I've got in this. I assume, I don't know if they reset. If you don't know this game pretty much every 6 months they reset the game, which basically resets all your character stats and everything you own back to 0, and you effectively start again from scratch. I'm not sure how that involves your overall gaming time. I'm going to assume your overall gaming time stays the same, but I'm not sure now. But we'll find out. So let me just check where I need to go, and we'll just go there. Okay. It's actually a really nice map, but I don't like what they've done with this grass. It looks absolute shit, I think, unfortunately. Now, it's normally, before they started doing seasonal weather and obviously foliage, it was always kind of mainly full-length grass, like this higher brown stuff, but kind of a mixture of that and other full-length grasses, just green, and it looked really lush and nice and good. But they've added in like seasonal changes, so early on in the year, when it was obviously winter, the maps were covered in snow, and it's the first time they've done that, and the snow, when they did it in snow, it was quite cool. But these were some of my favourite, or this map was one of my favourite maps for just the foliage in it, which is, you know, I enjoy good looking foliage in games, and I thought this map just was a lot nicer when it had the long grass. But I've no doubt in a couple of months' time it will be back to how it was, so I can deal with it. That was an ATR. I assume that doesn't kill me. See, there's so many changes in this game at the moment that I'm not actually sure what will happen with that. But yeah, this game, we'll actually have a look in a minute. At 1440p, which is what I first started playing this game when I was running a 1440p monitor, the game actually looked better with DLSS because the anti-aliasing was so bad in the game. It was a big improvement running DLSS. At 4K, I'm not sure. That might change. I might take a quick look in a minute and just throw it back to native. See if I can find an area that it will show up. I think they've done something. They keep changing stuff in this game because they've basically lost a lot of people from pissing them off with the bad decision they made. And they've been trying to make a lot of changes to it, and it appears that I think that they've done something where the trees look a lot lower resolution than what they used to, which is a bit strange. And it sounds as if they're trying to change the way you play the game I thought I heard someone. So that it's no longer on a online server how it used to be. So it's now done locally. And I'm sure they've dropped the textures to allow that to happen, which is a bit annoying because at 4K this was actually a really good looking game, but now it's looking a little bit lower resolution or lower texture quality. But I mean, to be fair, it's not something that you don't play this game for the looks, you play it for the gameplay. So I mean, yeah, there's not even really much in the way of ghosting. So let's have a quick look. What happens if we turn off DLSS quality? Off you go. So we've got TAA. Yeah, okay. So there's instant flickering everywhere. So like there's flickering there of that tree that disappears into flickering. There's a lot of flickering within this area. I don't know if it will show up on YouTube. And in kind of this area, all around here, and all around here. So there's, yeah, kind of everywhere. There's definitely aliasing issues with just your standard TAA. That's really bad there. I think there's a fine tree there or something. Yeah, there is. Oh shit. That's not good. I don't have the gun for this. I've got a pissy 9mm piece of trash. Right, okay. So let's change that back to, oh no, not that. DLSS at quality, save, resume. So yes. It looks like it. Is that guy fucking just throw a grenade at me? You fucking kidding me? How can he see me? This could get messy. This wasn't what I planned. It's a bit of a strange one. I'm not sure. I'm going to have to watch this recording back myself once I'm finished. I'm not sure if DLSS is what looks like it lowers the quality of those trees, but it, without it, the tree that was causing the aliasing there, so now you can actually make that out as a tree. Whereas with no DLSS, that's not a tree, it's just a pile of shimmer. There's a tiny amount of flicker there. What the hell? We might just have to run, I think. Or we could go and have a look with my little pissy gun. God. This isn't going to go well. I suppose we could back up the scouts. They look like they're going for the fight. Are you guys going in? You look like you're going in. Yeah, screw it. It's probably actually quicker just dying than going back to extract, and I'm only running as a scav, so it doesn't matter. I've got nothing that I care about losing, so... I assume they're in here. You never know if they're just going to shoot you. I don't know. It would appear the bad guys are gone, so let's attempt to leg it. But yeah, as you can see in DLSS, all of these bushes and shrubs and leaves and stuff are all very stable. My God. I feel like I should get involved just to actually give this video a small amount of footage, even if it is my death instantly. But this gun is pretty much the equivalent of a pellet gun. Where are they? Yeah, see now that is normally a lot higher res than that. Which makes me think that they are dropping the game textures to allow it to play locally, which is a little bit annoying. Because I liked the game, how it bloody was. Let's have a look. Yeah. That never used to have that look of like low res. Oh well, it is what it is. Hopefully they'll allow a bigger, I don't know, a bigger capacity install, I suppose. Because some of the game can actually look really nice. Like I do quite like the trees and some of the foliage. Some of the map designs are quite cool. But never mind. Let's get out. I bet that's gone on for way too long. Yeah, I don't think I've got room, have I? Take some of those. They're probably worth a few quid if I've got room, which I haven't. This is what happens when you have issues with letting go of stuff. So, never mind. Come on. So, let's have a look. Overall. Does this show my 1,602 hours? Is that right? Online time, 1,602 hours and 45 minutes. So, as you can see, I've put a bit of time into this game. So that's why I'm kind of, you know, when I say something's important to me, I like to back it up. And that probably shows why you know, this game is obviously important to me if I've put that much time in it. And that's why, yeah, the niggles with FSR are a big deal to me. Whereas I fully understand that they're not a big deal to other people, and they shouldn't be. You know, I don't want people to think that they should think that it's a big deal because I think that it's a big deal. But obviously, if I say something, I don't want people to have the impression that I'm just kind of, you know, making something out to be a big deal when it's not. Like I said, this game is unfortunately the game which really is the problem for me. And as you can see, it's the game that I've probably put the most hours in any game in my life. So I'm going to leave this recording here. I'm going to add on the short recording I did of the AMD one on the back of it. And then I think tomorrow I'm just going to kind of put up a video with kind of my summary of my testing, how I feel. Just to be clear, because like I said, I wasn't doing this. I didn't want this to come across as I only need upscalers on AMD, or I only need, you know, upscalers are a big importance to me. So, yeah, I'm going to obviously post up a video just saying about, you know, my conclusion over the videos that I've done. And yeah, hopefully that might be of interest to people. It's not meant to offend anyone. So yeah, I'm going to leave it there, and I'll roll with the footage after this, and then I'll catch up with you guys in the next one. So here we are. We are now on the AMD system, so the 7900 XTX with the 7800 X3D, and as you can see, we're going to quick run through the settings. We're at 4K, running all the same settings, so everything's turned to what it can be. We are on FSR 2.2, which is what it states, and yeah, obviously that's the problem that we have, which is the shockingly bad ghosting unfortunately. So, did I just turn it? Yeah, I believe I went to native. And then, as you can see, with all of the trees now with FSR 2.2, it's bad. Now, I'm not sure what or how I could possibly mud something else in. The FSR 1.0 that is available is a very similar situation, but that one has a lot more shimmer. So the 2.2 does still have a bit of shimmer, but the ghosting is, and unfortunately there's no kind of escape from it in this type of game. As I say, they've obviously doing a seasonal thing where there's a bit of a change to the foliage, and there's definitely this map and another main map in the game, which are two maps that I run a lot. This one has some quite heavy foliage. The second map that I run a lot has a lot more than this, and when you're playing in kind of the more important game mode, where you are actually fighting against other players, you're going to be kind of hiding, and you're going to be in the foliage, hiding in the foliage, and when it's, your screen is covered by a tree or a bush in front of you that's ghosting like that, it does actually, it kind of does give me a bit of a motion sickness feeling, like what you'd get wearing a VR headset or something like that. So there's a lot of games that, although I don't think it's news to anyone that in a lot of games DLSS is still better. It's not the big deal that I wouldn't still run them anyway with FSR. It wouldn't be a deal breaker to me. If it was all that was available to me, then absolutely no problem. Whereas this game, unfortunately, isn't really one of them. It's just too overpowering in this game. It's probably something, I'd actually say since I've been on PC, this is the absolute worst ghosting I've kind of come across in any game. So there's not really a lot I can say to that. Obviously, yes, I'm sure people will say it's a bad implementation, and I'm not going to deny that it's not a bad implementation, but at the same time, that doesn't solve my problem. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, it's all right saying what it is, but that doesn't fix the problem. So, and unfortunately, the only real fix I've got with this is to just not play it on this system and play it on the NVIDIA system. So, yeah, unfortunately. Like I said, I don't want to make it look as if, you can kind of say a lot of stuff and act, you come across as a drama queen. I think this is probably a good bit of content that maybe shows that if I have said something negative in the way of FSR3, then this kind of backs up, at least I can back it up. If I can direct someone to this piece of content and say, well, there you go. If you want to argue, check that out and come back to me and argue. And this is worst case scenario. So, like I said, a lot of I've gone over it throughout this content I've made over the last week, and as I've said, in a lot of those games, I'll play with FSR. It's fine. It's still a better option to me than going from 4K ultra and dropping it to low to get where I want to be. I'd still rather keep it at ultra and use FSR, and if there's a little bit of shimmer or a little bit of ghosting, or like in Horizon Forbidden West, I think it was just the water, I can ignore all that. I'd still rather stay at high settings than drop, because a lot of these issues, like I said, they are nitpicking, and we were looking very close at them, and some of them you're kind of stood stationary searching for them, and in a lot of those games you're not going to be stood stationary. This game, unfortunately, is a game where, you know, you are going to be camping, and when you're on certain maps you are going to be camping within the bushes and trees and stuff like that, so there's not a lot of there's no escape from it in this game, unfortunately. So yeah, I'll probably stop the video there. I think that's pretty much shown everything that needs to be seen, and like I said, tomorrow I'll kind of just post up a video summary going through basically these videos and kind of the conclusion I've come to, and I won't say too much now because there'll be nothing to say in the video, so yeah, I'll probably just leave it there, and hopefully this is at least, you know, content that shows how something isn't an issue to some people, because not a lot of people, I'm sure, I doubt that there's anyone watching my channel at the moment that plays this game or has any care to play this game. So this is a definite me issue. I don't expect it to be an issue with other people, but at least I can kind of show, look, this is how many hours I've got in this game. I'm not stopping playing it anytime soon, and this is why when I say it is an issue for me, I can show it really is actually an issue for me. So I'll leave it there, and I will catch you guys in the next one.